Ratchet and Clank: A Rift Apart was recently announced for the PlayStation 5 at the reveal event, and it looks terrible. Like, the graphics are like a PS2 game. It's like, come on. Oh, wait, that's Bugsnax. Never mind about that. But this is a disclaimer for today's video. It is that I have stupid opinions, so you should skip this video and go watch an actually good video. But with that out of the way, just remember that these are my opinions and my opinions alone, and I have a 2 IQ, so I'm really stupid. Here we go, let's get into today's video about Ratchet and Clank: A Rift Apart. Honestly, the game's graphics are insane. They're definitely PlayStation 5 level, so I am very hopeful that they will do great in that sense, because you've seen the developer even talk about ray tracing on Ratchet and Clank. You can see the shine compared to the Ratchet and Clank from PlayStation 4, and that is massive. Because Ratchet and Clank has never been this truly monumental game in terms of graphics. Now, sure, it has really proven what games can do when trying to emulate the Pixar style, but this is taken to a whole new level. I'm thinking this looks just as good, if not even potentially more good, than a Pixar movie. Now, I use Pixar as an example because everybody does. But besides just graphics, it looks like the world design is really intricate. Like, my personal favorite looking-wise was that pirate scene when Ratchet was destroying those pirates with his guns. Those looked amazing, and those animations were so smooth and polished. And keep in mind, this is just like a beta build. This is not even the full gameplay demo. This is just an opening trailer for the game. This is just beginning. Once they polish it up even further, and you have it on a 4K, maybe even an 8K TV for all we know, it'll look so good, so polished. It's truly a next generation title. Now, in terms of story, I think having Clank with a female version looking of Ratchet is interesting. Now, it could be good, it could be bad, but one thing that I think would really excel this new type to a new level would be having the female version of Ratchet having its own gameplay mechanics, because you could have two different playstyles, and I think that would really help out with the game and making it feel so different and so new and really a standalone title from the Ratchet and Clank series. It could really be its own thing, and that would be massive if they had separate things, and potentially, if they ever join together, you could have a co-op mode with that, but I'll get into more detail on that later. Right now, I'm going to talk about why I'm worried about the dimension-changing mechanic. Keep in mind, these are my opinions, and this is a very controversial subject I'm about to talk about here. It seems like a blast from the gameplay we saw, but keep in mind here, we only saw like a minute or less of a gameplay. So, there's a small thought in the back of my head that it won't be completely utilized to its full potential, and be honestly more of a gimmick to showcase the PlayStation 5's SSD than anything. Honestly, I'm concerned about it, but I'm hopeful. I'm cautiously optimistic here because the gameplay overall does look like a blast, and if they really hone in on that gameplay mechanics and they utilize it and they make it to what it's supposed to be, it could change the Ratchet and Clank series. But more than anything, I think they really need this game to be fun. The whole point of Ratchet and Clank is honestly just great time with the weapons, the weapon variants, controls. Everything needs to be polished to such a degree that it doesn't feel like you're playing a normal game. It feels like you're living in that game, living inside of a Pixar movie. This could be massive, and if they did what they did with Ratchet and Clank for the PlayStation 4 and how that really was a rebirthing for the series as a whole, this game could blow minds, and it could soar the series to heights it never seen, even if it's PlayStation 3 heights. Lastly, I'm going to talk about a couple things that worry me about this new game, and if you do not like this sort of negativity, please probably click away, because I'm going to get into some pretty nitty-gritty and some potential flaws this game could make. Starting off is replayability. Now, Ratchet and Clank games have never really been super short, I'd say, but they've been, moderately successful in that sense. But one thing that worries me, and again, I'm going to be using the word worries a lot, is that since they're using the dimension-changing mechanic, the worlds can be so dense and so packed and so full and rich that it won't be that long of a game because everything is in such tight quarters that you're doing everything inside of a tight room. But then it just expands and expands, but you're always changing worlds. So how many worlds can they design here? Because it seems like there's going to be so many. But this is also a good thing, because even if the game's shorter on the shorter side, it will still be amazing looking and feeling and playing, and it would just have so much depth and character to it. And that is truly an experience that I want to go under. If the game doesn't overstay its welcome and it has such rich worlds, that's fine with me, even if the replayability is lackluster. On the plus, there is a way to fix this, and I'm gonna get a lot of flack for saying this, but I think they should have an online mode. Look, I know people probably don't want to hear that they should have an online mode because Ratchet and Clank is a single-player game, mainly at heart, and that's all they really need to make this game great. And while that's true, having an online mode, and even having a somewhat fleshed-out online mode, could bring about a player engagement, boost the overall time people are playing with this game, have so much replayability. Because I'm going to use Titanfall 2 as an example here, because that seems like a game most fit for such a subject. And the reason why I'm doing this is because Titanfall 2 had an amazing campaign, one of the best ones I've ever seen for a first-person shooter in my life, and I've played many, believe me. But after you beat that, you also had a really fleshed-out multiplayer to play with friends online, rank up, do factions, get coins, level up, all these certain things that you could do. And if Ratchet and Clank just has 1/5 of that, it would really be a remarkable thing. And I'm sure they could have co-op, which could make the game fun, even if you were just playing with random people or people you know. Online would boost the game significantly, both in terms of value and replayability. Overall, that is my opinion on the game, and that's basically what I think this game could be, and its flaws, and its overall traction going forward to the PlayStation 5. Will it have that momentum it has right now? Yes, Ratchet and Clank is huge, so we'll find out soon, hopefully. Hopefully they'll go into a deep dive about it, and we'll see, I don't know, in a couple of years. I really hope it is a launch title for the PlayStation 5, so maybe we'll find out in a few months, but honestly, my guess is holiday 2021. Even though they did show quite an extensive amount of gameplay for it, I always am a pessimist when it comes to this sort of thing. Anyways, that's going to wrap up today's video, and if you made it to the end of this, I don't care, even though that is pretty cool and it's going to boost my user engagement, which shall lead to more views and continuously get me more views and subscribers, which could lead to more likes or more dislikes, which in turn could turn the algorithm to either my favor or not, but I don't care, even though I do.